So my friends, cheers. My espresso here during these lockdown times, doing another clip for you. This time I thought I would share 10 things that I find really give me the heebie-jeebies or scare me when I'm doing a round of golf. Things that really increase that nervous tension. Sometimes make you stiffer, sometimes make you hold the club too tight or try too hard. What are my 10 scariest moments? Do share your ones, I'm sure there are lots more, and others that many of you have faced and experienced. I'd love to hear from you what your scariest moments are. So let's get on with my 10 scariest moments. My first one is that first drive after a very long wait. You've been waiting for groups to go off and you have that first drive. Perhaps you've had too much time to think about the shot, worry about the rough on the left or right side or out of bounds. And so you have that first scary drive. What I have found, if you look at some of my tips that I've done, including the one that Jack Nicklaus suggested, which was on the first tee, take it more easier, do the 2-2-2 technique, 2 inches down on your grip, 2 inches behind for your tee setup, and 2 inches in, so you keep a much tighter drive. Just try to get in the fairway, don't try to bomb it on the first tee, which will probably increase or enhance that not so good result. Second, when a group ahead lets you through and you feel pressure to obviously speed up the rest of your shots to finish off on the green and leave some space between you and the group that has kindly let you through just now. That first shot where you're probably close to them is a really scary moment where you tend to rush your shot instead of take a deep breath, stay calm. Remember that simple technique. Just get it down there. Don't try and do your best shot. So that first shot after the group lets you through. Third scariest moment is when I'm approaching the 18th green with the approach shot and there's lots of people watching, whether it's from the clubhouse or around the green. It's a beautiful day and you really feel that pressure to finish off nicely, all in view. Sort of butterflies in your tummy. Again, perhaps take that little extra club, slow down your stroke so that you don't rush it and try very hard. Take a deep breath, relax, and remember that smooth tempo. Fourth, when you have a putt to win, the final putt to win. Wow, there isn't much scarier moment than that. And you're sort of thinking, you're starting to think about too many things, You know it's your putt to win, so you tend to forget all your basic techniques about having a simple putt. It may be a long putt, but it may be even a very short putt, an 8-inch putt, a 10-inch putt. Those are the ones that you then really hate to miss when they may be ones that you normally do very easily. So that short putt to win. Fifth, that next shot after you've done a shank, particularly if your partners or other players have just seen you do that, and you can't figure out why you've done that shank. You thought you did a nice, easy stroke. Shanks are very easy. You've seen them even amongst the great pros. I saw John Rahm do one recently, crazy shank in a recent tournament for somebody who did that same shot almost for the rest of the game so beautifully. So you really need to go back to your basics of your swing technique very quickly. Don't think too much, but just get your positioning, particularly your ball positioning and your grip right. And intention is to get it back onto the course and forget that shank, just move on, it happens. The next scary shot is either a par 3 that's a water hole with water all the way in front of it, or an approach to a final green. It could be a par 5. For example, on my course, the 4th hole has that, where your final shot is really got a lot of water around it and an out of bounds on the right, so you just have to get it onto the green. So my technique to get over that worry is always to take an extra club. So I take an extra club and try to do a smoother swing and not rush the shot and not try to hit it too hard. That has helped me a lot. Sometimes that takes me then to the back of the green, but I'd rather have that than dunk it in the water or dunk it out of bounds. So that par 3 with water in front of it, or a final lining on the green with water in front of it. When I've missed a birdie with a putt, or I've hit it too firm, even if it's for a par, and then I'm worried about the bogey, the worry is leaving the next one too short. So you tend to be more tentative on the next one because you've either just missed a birdie or you just missed a par. You're worried about not getting the bogey on your way back and then being too tentative. So that gets in your head, that you just have to remember that pace is more important than direction to get over. But it's when you're playing a shot to a green, to a much elevated green. And amateurs in particular tend to underclub. If you've seen a recent clip that I've just done on some top 10 pointers, parts 1 and 2, check them out. Don't underclub. So where you see an elevated green, even if you've used one of these rangefinders and it shows you that it is 100 and whatever, 35 yards, not 128 as perhaps the markings show because of the elevation, take an extra club shot. Sometimes on my home course in the UK, it is the 18th green, people watching. So I had tended in the earlier days to underclub. I no longer do that. 9th scary shot is when you're in a short and deep bunker. It is so easy with those shots, or a downhill lie bunker, and I'll come back to that. Here's my next one. But a short, deep bunker, it's very easy to get that wrong. You need to remember 2 things. Keep a slightly open face because you don't want to hit it low out. You want to get the elevation because you're in a deep bunker. Secondly, don't forget your speed and your momentum. Complete follow through sand onto the green. But it's a scary shot. It's a downhill lie in the bunker. Downhill lie in the bunkers are quite scary because even more than downhill lies on fairways, which of course are more solid generally, it's much easier to sort of thin it or to miss it or to get too much sand because you dig too much in. A key point that has helped me is align your shoulders with the slope. So align your shoulders and slope a little bit like to do on the fairway. But one tends to forget that in the bunker, in a downhill lie bunker. So focus on the rest of the technique the same as your bunker shots, depending which club you're using, how far you want to throw it out, and whether you need to throw it out lower or higher. Have a look at some of the pointers I just mentioned. But align your shoulders with the slope. Anyway, 10 scary moments in my golf game. What are yours? Do subscribe. See you on the flip side. Lots more exciting stuff to follow.